so.
No, you're not allowed to say so. Anyhows, we've arrived in Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam.
Woo woo!
So we're super happy now.
We made it out of China.
Yeah, we got it to China. This is cool.
Only just.
So we've made it to Ho Chi Minh. So we're here for a few days. So I'm quite extremely happy about the situation. Okay, we'll see you all soon. Bye.
See you in a bit.
Don't
Bye.
say so anymore. You're gonna say anyhows.
Anyhows.
I've let her book another cheap dive. I shouldn't leave anything to her. I said, just get somewhere cheap, only a couple of nights. Look at this for a squalid hovel. So, we've arrived in this quiet little spot, Ho Chi Minh City, formerly Saigon. This is the quiet little spot that Gates booked. Isn't that fantastic? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Well, we've eventually, can't even get my words out, words I'm getting wrong lately. We've eventually arrived in Ho Chi Minh. I'm going to start all this again. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I'm getting all my words wrong. Anyway, we've arrived in Ho Chi Minh City. So we've got a couple of days here before we move on. So, have a look at this. She's a mute today, isn't she?
No, I'm just laughing. I didn't want to say anything because you said Ho Chi Minh.
Oh God, I'm sick of it now, I'm sick of it. Give that to the lady, thank you.
Oh, mine's going to take 4 weeks. Oh.
all kind of stuff like here, right? Very nice. I could point out to you the butterfly first. Before we go to tunnel, you see this butterfly. Nice. Right. They're very cool one, right? Now jungle. You can hear the bird. You may see squirrels. You can see butterfly. You can see centipede and millipede. Now first, what is it here, everyone? It is a breathing hole. Breathing hole, ventilation. This one, right? This is designed like a termite mound in the jungle. So when you walk, you might skip it because you thought it was a termite mound, but actually it's a man-made one. So the air goes in this here, it goes to the second level. So people would have enough air to breathe. This is a breathing hole. People would wear the two color, the green uniform and the black, right? He has to prepare the right leg, hold the handle. He squeeze in, he is small.
Yeah.
So he can get in it. Remember, this is the very important technique of getting in.
No, that's Snump. He's not going to go in as well, is it?
No.
He's straight across the middle.
Landing goes. I'll see you next year again.
twink.
Everyone stop leaning to the right.
To the left, to the left.
To the left, to the left.
You enjoying yourself, JC?
Yes.
Where are you?
I'm on the Mekong River. I might be in the Mekong River soon.
I've been good and kept my hat on. I've got some friends at the front from New Zealand.
Fearing for our lives at the moment.
Chiku, papaya, and dragon. No, you leave it there. Leave it there. We'll leave two portions.
They're going to try and sell the CDs after.
I'm glad I'm videoing so I can laugh behind my phone and nobody can see. Enjoyed it, Jason?
It's amusing what's doing it for me.
We've set off anyway.
It's wonderful. Good evening, good evening, good evening.
Hello.
It's our final evening. I'm moving this up because our hotel's right behind us now. Can you see it? Can you see it though? Point to it, Kate. Yeah. There you go. That's our hotel. So we're on a river cruise at the moment, having a buffet, listening to some live music. It's our final evening in Ho Chi Minh City. We've enjoyed it tremendously, haven't we?
Yeah, it's been really good.
But we've got to ship out of here. We are coming back. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope it's been interesting, if nothing else. So we'll have to wait and see. But thank you. We'll see you all soon. Take care.
Bye.
Bye. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Here's a tip for you. If you're transiting through Dubai Airport and you've got business class, get there as soon as you can because it's huge. It just goes on and on and on. And you've got to make your way over to your gate, which is about 14 miles away from where you start off. So that's a tip for you. Give yourself loads of time in Dubai. It's huge.
eastern star tells Buchten time is near my jaw, and thousand fae the furrowed field return sae douf and dreary down the barn where silken bucks with you are hanging clear, my Joe. I'd meet thee on the lee rig, my ain kind dearie, at midnight hour in Murkest Glen, I drove an Airbnb. If through that glen I gaed to thee, my ain kind.
Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Well, you've thrown down the gauntlet now, so I'm going to have to join in. Okay, I'm going to strip off and go for a swim in the sea. Can you see that behind me there? That's the Isle of Arran. So I'm suggesting this water's going to be kind of cold. Right, get ready for this. Butt naked, dive in. It's freezing! Oh. History lesson number 74. You'll see over there, I don't know if you can see, it's called the Rex Hotel. During the Vietnamese War, that's where they used to have meetings each day. The US hierarchy used to have meetings. They were that misguided in telling themselves that many little white lies that all the journalists actually named it the 5 o'clock follies. But that's where the station, that it was leased to the Americans. There you go, there's the history lesson. Hello. I'll have to check the music off this, won't I? Hello, we've come for another quiet night out. Just got a nice peaceful evening and we'll be alright. Everything will be alright with a peaceful evening. Peaceful evening.
We only got out for that at 3:30.
So we take away the summer. fried frog with chili and garlic. No, I
Sounds
have no
delicious.
idea. Didn't ask for an opinion. You asked me a question, I'll give you an opinion. That's a frog leg. Okay, so I'll enjoy it and tell you what it's like later. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world.
Hello.
Creed, colour, religion, we're not really bothered. Okay, if you enjoyed the video you've just watched, don't matter where you're from, you're a bit of a saddle to be honest. So this is our video on Ho Chi Minh City.
Well done.
In what country?
Vietnam.
Right, you'll see on the video, I'm just having this, I don't know if I've got a disorder lately, but I'm getting all my words massively mixed up. I'm just, the things I'm coming, even I said, I asked you for breakfast, did you want water or juice? And I got the sentence wrong, I had to check myself. So I'm going to go to a doctor and check there's nothing wrong. Maybe I'm just worn out. Right, so moving on, Ho Chi Minh City. Fantastic place, absolutely terrific place. If you get the opportunity to visit it. It's well worth it. And remember that nobody's paying us to say anything like this. This is our true view of the place, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Right, so we travelled from China into Ho Chi Minh City, and we were kind of on a bit of a downer after China. If you've watched a China video, you'll understand why. If you've not watched it, why not? So stop what you're doing, go back, watch the China thing, then you'll understand. Otherwise, you're kind of not a team player, are you? So we were super happy to get into Ho Chi Minh.
Oh God, yeah. Such a relief.
Yeah.
Such a relief.
So it was. So we were already on a high. But if the city had been bad, it kind of.
I think it had just sent us down to the depths of depression, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So
We'd have just gone to Alaska or something like that, wouldn't we?
Yeah, we weren't starting off on a level playing field, and we enjoyed it. We were starting off pretty right down there, so
low ebb,
yeah, real low ebb, and
We were worn out.
thoroughly enjoyed it. Thoroughly.
So we always start on the same kind of thing. So the travel and transport. If I look down, it's because everybody who has watched some of these videos will know that we have a book on the floor which I scribble down, and Kate will complain about me writing.
I've got contact lenses in today, so I should be able to read it.
So it's not me rising, it's her eyesight, because she's getting old.
Bit of both.
She's getting old. Right, travel and transport. When you arrive, you'll see them all over the place. The hop-on, hop-off buses. We've said it before in different places. We've used them a multitude of times, and I was dead against them. Bit touristy for me. But no, oh my God, how great are they? We spend literally one morning, don't we, just doing laps.
Yep.
And then we pick the places we'd like to see, and go, there's that one, there's that one, there's that one. Actually, them two run a couple of 100 metres apart. We don't have to wait for another bus. We can go to that one, then walk to the next one, grab some lunch, grab a drink. It gives you a full scale of the city itself, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because the maps you get aren't to scale, and you've no idea. They could be 15 kilometres apart, and then you kind of buggered, aren't you?
Yeah, the one in Ho Chi Minh is great during the day. You can buy different tickets, can't you? That last, I can't remember what it was now, 4 hours, 8 hours.
One day, 2 days, and 3 days, wasn't it? And then a nighttime one, I thought it was.
No, I think that was Hong Kong 1 day, 2 day, 3 days. I think it was 4 hours, 8 hours, and then there's a separate nighttime one.
You'll see up here, I'm going to put a number 1. That's the first thing I'm wrong about. Okay? Ding!
Well, don't be wrong.
Well, you married down, didn't you?
Anyway, so we were only going to get the 4 hour one because, like Jason said, we just like to do a bit of a tour and just see what's about. But actually, it was more cost effective to get the full ticket, including the nighttime. The nighttime bus is not a hop on, hop off. It just does a tour of the city.
Yeah.
But it was more cost effective to get that ticket, wasn't it? Which you pointed out, and it was a good shout, really.
Because if you've not sussed out now, Kate likes going in the really expensive shops, and I'm marginally a little more frugal. Marginally. It is true. She won't have a Rembrandt because it's second hand. Anyway, so the hop on off buses, if you go into Ho Chi Minh City, try the hop on off buses. Work out fantastic, don't they?
Yeah.
Yep. Grab's available, the Grab taxi, the Grab app. We've said this before in different videos, and if you've not seen it in different videos, why not? Stop this, go back, see them videos, come back. They're great. They're the cheapest chips, very inexpensive. The map's fantastic, isn't it? So you can get where you want to go very cheaply. You're not dealing with somebody who said, no, I meant this much. You're not dealing with a clock. Grab's great to use. So I'd suggest download the Grab app, but I've said that before. When we arrive, I think you'll have seen it in the video if you've got up to this point, that when we arrive in any new place, we always try to pre-book a taxi, rather through booking.com or someone else. You usually do it through booking.com, don't you?
Or direct to the hotel, yeah.
Or direct to the hotel, yeah. and pre-book a cab, because that way you don't have to deal with new currencies. It's already prepaid, it goes on your hotel bill. You may pay a little bit extra, you may pay 10% extra, but it takes away any ambiguity. You don't have to come out of an airport in a country you've never been before, and then a taxi driver tells you it's 3 times the price and rides around the city for 4 hours, when actually on your map you can see it's only 20 minutes away.
Yeah, in general, when we've got our feel of the city or wherever we've been, if we're in a country that uses Grab, we'll get a Grab bag, won't we?
Oh,
or
definitely,
something similar. So
It's just that initial
it's just
visit.
that initial visit, isn't it? But it's worked out great for us in general. hasn't
Yeah, yeah, it has. It's been a great thing.
it? Apart from in China.
China was a bit different, but let's not go into that right now. I was on and up this morning, and by the way, if I look like a Fraggle, it's very windy. We've set the cameras up, and I we're up till 3 o'clock in the morning doing this tat you've just watched. So if I look tired and weary and worn out,
It's travelling with me. I'll say it before you. That's what
Gil-
you were going to say, wasn't it?
delete that one. Right, so overview for transport and travel. Up and off buses, grab taxis, pre-book your airport, anything else.
No, I don't think so. I think that was it, really, wasn't
Yeah.
it, for transport?
Because it was in a city, it's quite easy. You're not doing a lot.
Yeah,
You know,
Shanks's pony a lot, wasn't it?
yeah, we did a lot of wandering around. You'll see that we, for the first time, we actually didn't book all our days up and stay busy. When we flew back into Ho Chi Minh, it was like, no, we're just going to have a couple of days meandering around the city, go to the parks, grab a coconut coffee, and just chill for a while. And it was nice just to chill. We got to see a lot more just by wandering round.
Yeah.
By the way, if you don't know what Shanks's pony is, because she's northern, just Google it, you'll understand. It's not rude. Right, moving on to accommodation. We stopped at a hotel called the Hotel Majestic. You'll have already seen it. Fantastic place, you've seen the prices. Absolutely top draw place, amazing, terrific hotel. And it was really in the centre, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So everything was quite close by, you know. The one thing, now, depending on your budget, you can go to other places. You don't have to go to that hotel. We're only saying it was good for us. Check your budget, check where you want to go. The big thing is check which district you're in. Some of the districts are more tourist aligned, some are more local life aligned. There is one district which is up and coming. It's meant to be, they've cleaned it up an awful lot, but it was meant to be quite a bad district in years gone by. That's the district where you don't want to be. I don't think it's there yet to be a fantastic tourist area, but check your districts. It's nice and easy. Everybody's got the internet now. Everybody's got enough information, and they can research quite easy where to go. You can get places from £6 a night, £6 a night, or $9 US, right up to the top, to the 5-star Michelin star restaurants everywhere, rooftop bars, etc., etc. Them are Kate's kind of places. I'm more than £10 a night because I like to save the money because I'm tight. But no, it was wonderful, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I think we just needed a bit of light relief after coming out of China, didn't we? So
Yeah.
it was a great it was a great place to stay because we had a view of the river.
It's expensive.
It was very central. It was quite expensive.
It was expensive.
No, it was. It was. I agree. But it was worth it.
We could have got one for £15 a night and got a picture of a river.
If you do decide to stay there and you go for the breakfast in the morning, which is a lovely breakfast, don't do like Jason did and get a full English breakfast, near enough, every morning and complain there was no eggs because they cooked the eggs outside and you only noticed on the last day. Didn't you?
Ding! Yeah, okay. Are we to leave it there? Or are we to say that you complained for 3 days that, yeah, you're right, there's no eggs on here, is there? There's every other conceivable, but because there was no egg, she wanted egg. But automatically, it's my fault. It was me who found them.
Yeah, it was.
Right, so, no, it's a wonderful place. It's a wonderful place. So just pick your district is a bigger thing. That's a bigger
Yeah,
thing on
it
that
is.
here.
Yeah.
So the accommodation. And when we said that about the districts, it's very safe. Ho Chi Minh City is a very safe city in comparison to a lot of cities in Southeast Asia. It is. It's just a great place. But I'm not going to diversify. The currency is the Vietnamese dong. You get 32,000 dong to the pound. So the way I do it in my head, nice and simple, every 100,000 dong is £3. Nice and easy. It's there or thereabouts. The way Kate works it out is she goes, Jason, So I'm just a short, fat, white calculator, really. That's all I am. And she'll go, it's X amount. I'll go, right, it's £17.80.
Why have a dog and bite yourself? You set yourself up for that one, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Or as we've said before, we've got not the translator, the conversion app on our
Dog
phones.
leash.
Conversion app on our phones, which does help if it's
If I'm not talking to her because she's got me a dog.
if it gets complex.
Right, where we are now. Next time she asks me, I'll go, woof. Right. So, that's it. So, that's the accommodation. Yep, and that's the currency. The currency is nice and easy. And they do a lot. We have the travel X cards. We've spoke about that before. If you've not watched the other videos, stop what you're doing and go and watch them and then come back. The travel X card work in a multitude of places, don't they?
Yeah.
But it is a cash society. Right, moving on. Tickets and excursions. When we were there, we specifically had a few things we definitely wanted to do because we were only going to parachute in for 2 nights and then we were off. So one of them, I wanted to go and see the Ho Chi tunnels. I've read about them when I was a younger man, and it was one of them things that, right, okay, if we're going there, I've got to go and see them. They were absolutely amazing. I wanted to go on the Mekong River. David Attenborough used to do things about the Mekong Delta, and it was one of them. Cool. If we're in that area, we'll go and do that too. They do sell tours all over. There's little tour shops where you can go and buy them. Obviously, check them out. Go a reputable one, check the reviews. You'll always get some dodges who want to sell you something which is not as good as the real thing, but they took your money. But majority are great. The one thing I will say about that, we did it in one day. We went to the Ho Chi tunnels in the morning and went to the Mekong Delta, Mekong River in the afternoon. We found it too much. We felt like we'd missed out.
Yeah, it's something new that they've started, isn't it? Because they've built a road in between.
Yeah.
So at one time it used to be, it had to be separate days.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. It was just too much. It was a 12-13 hour day, wasn't it?
It was a long day, but it's you spent more time travelling than digesting. So if I was ever to go back, obviously not with Kate because I'm not being called a dog. If I was ever to go back or go back with somebody else, give somebody a pointer, even though the travel's a couple of hours, get a private taxi where you can stop at different places on the way. Go spend a full day at the tunnels. You might be there for 6-8 hours to really digest it.
Yeah.
2 hours with a guide isn't enough.
No, we were
Because
rushing past a lot of things, weren't we?
Yeah, it seemed to be, well, this is this is that, and then move on. But you just want some time to try and digest it a little bit more.
Yeah.
Moving on, then you jump back in the cab. You've seen it on the video. Then you jump back. There's another hour and a half drive, or an hour's drive, dependent on traffic, and then you get to the Mekong River. Well, they said it's a Mekong cruise. It's not. It's more of a Mekong River crossing. You go straight across the river, and you come out. You have some lunch. You've seen this, and then you visit a multitude of little local shops, which is cool. But specifically, I wanted to go up the Mekong River. I can see them local things any day of the week, but I wanted to go up there. I want to see the wildlife, the flora, the fauna. I wanted to see all the nature side of it, and I don't think we saw enough of that.
No.
So that's something. Depends. Everybody's different. But if I was ever going to do it again, I'd say no. I want to cruise up the river, not across it.
And make sure you've got some tip money with you.
Yeah.
Because notwithstanding the local places where there is an expectation that you give them a tip or you buy something, they also take you. It looks like every tour that does the Mekong River and the Ho Chi tunnels, the tunnels,
Ding.
take you on a little thing, don't they? A little boat up a
Yeah. You go
Up
over
the
to the mangrove.
into the mangroves. And we were coming to the end of that, and the woman who was paddling us, or the fellow who was paddling us, said, "Tip, tip, tip," to get your tip money ready.
That's
So-
another way just to grease a tourist, though.
Yeah, I know, but if you haven't got any cash, I think it might be a little embarrassing.
Uncomfortable.
Yeah.
The nice thing about that is when people are taking you up them river, you'll see it on there where we've got them silly hats on. I took mine off. When you got the silly little hat on, they're just not allowed to do that by themselves. The government have a look on this island for the poorest families, and they're the ones who get allocated the license to do this for the tourists. So it brings, I think it's a fantastic idea. It's not like somebody can go in, buy 20 boats, invest it and take all the money. The money goes to the local and the poorest on that island, which I think is a very, very, very good idea.
Yeah, and they mix it up, don't they? It's not they let other people do it as well.
Yes.
So if you've got 5 families that are as poor as each other, they make sure that
Yeah,
the
everybody's
other family
covered.
gets it next year.
Yeah,
Or,
yeah. So I think that's a good system, but yeah, tips is a good idea. Tips are a good suggestion.
Tip.
Suggestion, I said. Right.
So, oh,
Go on, no, continue.
I was just going to say as well, for that one, I'd researched the sort of transport that we wanted to use for that trip. And there's a VIP van that you can get, and it's all kitted out and it looks amazing. But I thought we'll go down to the hotel and just ask if they can do the same trip, and they said yes, of course they can. So we paid exactly the same money as what was on the internet, but the van was just a van, wasn't it? It was like a minibus.
Just a minibus.
Whereas the other was, you know, like a bit of a limousine and all posh, and you got drinks inside and all that. So I wasn't very impressed for
No.
most of the day.
I was quite willing to get on back of an horse and cart because he was only £2. It took 4 days to get there. Right, so that's the excursions. There's loads of excursions. You pick what you want. If you go, you can decide what you want. Just do your research. And like I said, your hotels will give you advice as well.
Yeah, we also did
Try-
a river cruise, didn't we? Cruise?
Right, so I'll continue and then you suss out the word cruise rather than queues. Okay. The hotels will sell you these tours, but remember that the hotel tours can be far more expensive because they want their cream off the top. They want some profit. So you've got to hedge your bets. The good thing about going to your hotel is if there is a problem, you've got somebody to go back to. If you buy it from a tour operator, all of a sudden they can't speak English. It's amazing how the English disappears. So that's just something to consider. Right, moving. Do you want to talk about the clues?
Yeah, the clues that we got. So, again, you'll have seen it on the video.
Ding.
We did a river cruise in the evening. Again, there's multiple of those, isn't there?
Yeah.
We didn't pick a specific one. We just booked a cruise, and it was really good. You got dinner. There were some local singers, and then there was some sort of Western music a little bit later on, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Food was good.
I've been looking for that.
I know. I've just found it on the floor. And did it last what? An hour and
A couple of hours
couple
tops.
of hours. It was really good. It just went up and down the river, didn't it?
Yeah, it was wonderful. You've already seen it anyway.
Yeah.
Um,
Worth doing though.
Yeah, it's definitely worth doing. Yeah, no, yeah. Right, moving on. Food. The food's fantastic. I mean, I said that on every single, more or less every one, because my taste buds work, and you can see by the shape of me, I use them. Sorry, I'm a fat guy. I can't help it. Or you say it's a fuel tank for a love machine, don't you?
Yeah.
She doesn't, I said that. Right, so the food's wonderful. A few of the places, the local places are fantastic, aren't they? They're absolutely great. Super tasty food, like any city you go to in the world. If it don't look clean, don't go in. If the locals eat there, definitely go in. There's a lot of Western places. What was that place called? The Big Pig Barbecue we went to. Western food. Sensational. There was Western food, as I've just said. But it's real good stuff. It's real good stuff. It's not expensive. I'd definitely give them a shout out. And if we ever went back there, I'd go back there again. That was a great place. The street food. The street food was fantastic, wasn't it? And the food markets, they were good. Everything seems very, very clean in Ho Chi Minh. I'm not saying there isn't dodgy places. There is everywhere. But as a whole, everywhere we went, I was quite impressed.
Yeah.
On the hygiene, the cleanliness, the taste of the food, the staff. They didn't look like they'd been dragged out of a rat hole. You know, no, I was quite impressed. And everybody knows that if you're travelling in Asia, sooner or later, things can go south.
Literally.
We didn't suffer, did we?
No,
At
not
all. And I eat a lot of spicy food. I'll try everything. You've seen that I've had frog, but I never suffered at all.
You have to hunt around for a coconut coffee in Ho Chi Minh now. Remember, there were more down in Hoi An and
Up in Hoi An.
No, up in Hoi An and up in Hanoi. I don't know. South,
North,
I'm
south,
not
east,
sure.
west.
Different side to where we
Ding.
are anyway. We stopped doing that.
No, because I'm doing who makes mistakes, and I'm up to 1 and you're up to 3.
I don't think so.
Okay, we'll see after. Right, so go on. North,
Interrupted me.
northeast.
So yeah, we had to hunt it. You know, we're like a coconut coffee. We had to really hunt around to get one in Ho Chi Minh.
Yeah.
They're not widely available, are they, like they are in the rest of the country?
No.
But still good when we got one.
Right, so the food were great. So moving up, phone and internet. The SIM cards we got, as we've said before, one of us always has like a world sim. We have our home sims from the UK. One of us, because our phones are dual sims, one of us always has a world sim, and one of us gets a local sim when we arrive somewhere. If the local sim is cheaper and works better and has better coverage, that's what we do. If something ever does crash, we've always got the world sim to rely on, haven't we?
Yeah.
And we found that that's a great contingency plan.
Yeah.
So there's Viatel, who are the biggest one, and then there's Mobifone, I think. Don't quote me on that, but I think it's but Viatel seems to be the big one with the biggest coverage. That's another thing you can do a bit of research on. You can get them from the airport. They cost us about £14. They're about £14 with unlimited data. They last for 30 days. It could be 60 days. We asked for a 30-day one, but it seemed if you said 30 or 60 days, you just got a yes answer, and it was the same price. Great coverage. You get a phone number. The good thing they do there is now they take your passport and take all your details. You can't just go grab a SIM, stick it in your phone and pay for it. You've got to register the SIM, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so have your passport with you. But if you get it from the airport, you can have your passport. So, and it was good coverage everywhere, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And everybody's on WhatsApp because it costs nothing. So if you've got WhatsApp on your phone, you're cool. Every driver you meet, every person you meet, it'll be, right, have you got a code? Let's WhatsApp.
Even the hotels, if you want to request anything, gone are the days really where you press 0 and get through to reception. It tends to be you've got a WhatsApp number to ask them anything that you want.
Yeah. So that's kind of the overview of Ho Chi Minh City. What we found, remember, this is our experience. I've been assassinated, haven't I? I've got things wrong and I was wrong about this experience. Unfortunately, these are our experiences. You can't tell me I'm wrong. If we don't like something, we don't like it. It's an opinion. It's our opinion. We're allowed to have it. We've lived it. So if you disagree, that's fine. I respect that you disagree, but it doesn't make me us wrong. Period. Right, the pits. This is where we move on to the pits and peaks section. Right, what's your pits?
I didn't have one. Loved it. Everybody knows I've got a bit of an affinity for Hong Kong. I'm not really a city person. I've got an affinity to Hong Kong because I've sort of spent some time there when I was young. I have to say now, Ho Chi Minh is probably my favourite city in the world. I love it.
Wow, that's a big shout.
Love it.
That
really
is a
do.
big shout. And remember that we visited a vast amount of places, not only on this trip, but over the last 25 years, 30 years. There's not many places we've not been to in the world. So to get that accolade, that's a big one, that.
Yeah.
That's a big one. So mine, I didn't really have any pits. I genuinely didn't have any pits. We aren't city people. I'm definitely not a city person.
No.
After 2 days in the city, I feel like I can't breathe. I'm like, there's just so many people. And people, I like personal space about 700 metres.
And you can't see, can you, because of all the high rises. But
that's most cities. That isn't Ho Chi Minh.
No.
So this is my pit, if you don't mind. She's done this before, hasn't she? Jumped in on my pit. Because the way Ho Chi Minh is set out, there's a lot of space. So I don't have any pits about it. My pits in a city is, I've got sick of being in a city. This one, definitely not. Didn't bother me at all. Right, so neither of us got any pits for that one. That's
Good,
impressive, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, peaks. What's your peak?
Peak for me was the War Remnants Museum, and the reason for my peak, because it's quite a sombre place, and it really makes you think about what some of the atrocities that have happened. But for me, I understood that there was a Vietnamese war and the Americans were involved, but I didn't really understand what it was about, who was involved. And it goes into a lot of detail and explains that you realise that it was a civil war actually, and the Americans got involved. So for me, it gave me a huge understanding of what happened during that time, and knowledge is power, isn't it? I loved it. I loved it.
Yeah. My peaks, all of it. I really enjoyed all of it. I genuinely did enjoy all of it. I didn't have a bad day or a bad moment. Oh no, I did. Oh, wait till after this. I'm going to put in when I had a grump, and you said I was having a grumpy day. I wasn't having a grumpy day. Unfair. I'm a dog. See what I mean? Bullied. I just had a grump because I was just talking about being grumpy. But I didn't have a bad day. It was like the food was great, the places were great, the people were great, it was clean. Like I said, for a city, it was open. There's so many open spaces. the streets are wide. You don't feel hemmed in. We've been to some cities, you felt. So I had no pits at all. So the final question will be: would you go back? Yes or no answer. That's all I want. That's all I want. Yes or no answer.
I was going to say yes, please. Does that count?
No, it was a yes or no.
Yes.
Okay.
Would you go back, Jason?
Well, yes, most definitely, yeah. I think we both see that Ho Chi Minh is a cool city, and if I'm honest, I think the reason for that is we had a couple of days just genuinely getting to know the place by walking round, finding the parks, not just going to the tourist traps and the tourist places. We actually meandered about and found places what the tourists don't get to, and everybody was super friendly. And we met some amazing people, not just from Vietnam. We met cool people from Australia, from Germany, from all over the world, from Canada. Oh, right. So that's it. It's finished. This is a little bit. If you go back and you look at us on the Mekong River when we're going on that little boat, what Kate were talking about, and I'm sat at the back and she asked me a question. If I looked like I had some kind of ailment, I'd been drinking the night before, hadn't I?
Oh, yes.
I had a quiet pint with a couple of guys in a local bar. Quiet pint. About 3:30 when I got in. I set off to get in from the pub at 2 a.m, but I went to the wrong hotel, went up to the 7th floor, realised the carpets weren't the same and they weren't there at the same numbers. So got back in the lift, went back down, crossed over the road and went in another hotel and found my way back. So if I look a bit ropey, it's not that I was seasick. I was just tired.
Yeah, you did about... Because we had to get up at something like 6 o'clock or something.
5 a.m.
5, was it?
5 a.m. 5 a.m. So if I looked a bit dubious, that's a reason. Because Katie kicked me out of the room and I had to go drinking.
And we got on the minibus and with the Australian couple or a New Zealand couple, they brought some beers out and said, do you want a beer?
I'm like, I'll never drink beer as long as I live. But I'd had an absolutely fantastic night. So if them guys are watching this, thank you very much. It was a great night. We had such a good laugh. And I really enjoy a good giggle. I genuinely enjoy it.
Yeah. I suppose what we've not spoken about is the bit in between the video the Scotland bit.
Oh yeah, well no, I've put it in the video.
I know it's in the video,
Yeah.
but I mean we've not had any
Oh,
discussion
about going
about it,
home?
have we? Yeah.
Yeah. So this is sideline of the pits and peaks and the thing. So we had to go home. I had to go for a little bit of a procedure, didn't I, in an hospital, and we had a couple of things we had to sort out. Nothing serious, but we had to be at home. So this is a massive, huge shout out, big love. Before we even, as we arrived home, and it's a long journey, our close friends, or some of our close friends, actually said, you're coming round to our house tomorrow, we're going to do your roast dinner. A full roast dinner, because we feel like you could really do with some home cooking. So this is a massive shout out to Helen, who did all the cooking, to Richard, and to beautiful Rosie. Thank you so much. You will never believe how much we appreciated that.
Yeah, most
How
definitely.
we appreciate. You literally, it was fantastic.
Helen's like a sister to me. Rosie's our goddaughter.
Yeah.
Richard's
A grumpy old fella. A grumpy old fella, aren't you?
no, but we truly appreciate
Oh
it.
God, so much.
Thank you.
It was just, thanks. Genuinely, thank you. We do appreciate it. But there again, we've got to say thank you to. I'm not going to do a roll call of everybody. I'm not doing a roll call. We've got a load of amazing, absolutely amazing friends, fantastic friends. Some of them are wacky. Some of them literally should be in an asylum. Other ones are deep and meaningful. Some, they've always got your back. They've always got your back. They'll always look out for you. Fantastic. Absolutely. We're so lucky. And then there's our kids. There's George and Grace. Oh, by the way, and the other two. Oh, Tom and Katie. By the way, we've adopted 2 children. Yeah, they're in the 30s.
We've got grandkids now.
Yeah, we've got adopted grandkids. We've got 4 adopted grandkids as well. So, before we set off, 2 kids, George and Grace. No, we've got 4 kids. We've got 4 kids and 4 grandkids. I don't want to go away again. Anyway, we're going to get going. Thank you if you did watch it all the way through. Nobody sponsors us for this, and as you can tell, if they did, they want the money back. It's terrible. The editing's terrible. The videos are terrible. We can't talk proper. I try my best, but I don't know what I'm doing. If you've enjoyed it, give us a thumbs up or put a comment on. Genuinely, because it's not a 5-minute job to put these together. It takes quite a while because I'm slow doing them. I'm slow.
But not just the editing in terms of putting the video together. we're a bit trigger happy, aren't we? Trigger happy and video happy. How many photographs and videos did you have to go through to do this one? Oh, well over 1,000, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And pick out particular ones. So yeah, it is a long job for him.
But
I just have to make tea.
But it's not done for any kind of content creation or anything like that. That's never the intent. We just want to show our travels, our experience. Now, whether we have 3 subscribers or 3 million, we care not a jot. We're not there to get clicks. We're not there to get subscribers. We're not there to monetize it. That's not what it's about. No. It's about 2 50-odd-year-old people travelling, just having a go before we get too old that we can't. And actually, I've said it before, if I had to travel with anybody, I'd pick differently. Right, we'll see you all soon. Take care. I hope you'll enjoy the video, and if you've not, tell us. Tell us. Genuinely. If you have enjoyed it, tell us. Do you want something different? Do you want me to shut up? Do you want her to talk more? I don't. But I sincerely mean this. Thank you very much for watching. It makes it all worthwhile, especially when we get a comment saying that you've enjoyed it.
Yeah, definitely.
Genuinely, it makes it worthwhile.
It does actually.
Yeah. So we're going to crack on now. I'm going to have... By the way, the sea's there, literally at the side of me, 5 yards away. So, and I'm not going to tell you where we are, because this is going to be another video. So, after this one's finished, I've got to do one for... Ooh.
Phu Quoc.
Then, so, hold on. You can count these up.
Phu Quoc, Phnom
Penh, Siem Reap, Koh Rong, then Koh Chang in Thailand. So I've got 5 to do. Okay, so you should get them all completed by next Thursday in 14 years. Okay? Right, see you soon. Take care. I'm going. I'm refreshing my cup of tea. Bye-bye. You get your cup of tea?
Yes, I've got my drink.
We need someone to hold that. Down with. How do you do that?
La.
We're bloody terrible, this, you know. We are terrible. Do you think we should employ somebody who's young and good looking?
No, it's just for family and friends, really.
No, it's at your place, not mine.
Cheers, love.
Right. Are you ready?
As I'll ever be.
24 weeks late. Right. 3, 2, 1.
Go.
And take 1. Have you pressed yours, by the way?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Which one are we looking at?
I'm going to look at that one. You look at that one if you want. I'm not bothered.
Whichever one we use, one of us will look like we're cross-eyed.
Well, we'll use mine because I'm not looking cross-eyed. Right. 3, 2, 1.
Go.
You don't have to do that.
Jason.
What?
What's today's grump?
I haven't got a grump. I don't have a day grump. I have a life grump. It just gets added to. So, what's today's grump? I don't want Westerners sat around me. They're noisy. Listen, they're French. Can you hear them? It's like a farm market in Paris. And they don't watch a lot, and the women don't shave. There's just a young girl next to us, dead over her legs. I'm thinking, come on, if that's what her legs are like, her armpits must be terrible. Anyway, I haven't got a grump. I've just decided I've always been super compassionate towards people. I've always put everybody else first. Not doing it anymore. And I thought about this a couple of weeks ago, and now I'm going to be super selfish. I'm going to put me first. I'm bollocks to everybody else. If you don't like me, so what? I don't really care. As they say, I'm above this scum. I'm above it. A bee doesn't tell a fly how wonderful honey tastes. So, as flies, go sit in your shit and leave me alone. There you go. Anyway, I'm not going to grump. It's just another life lesson.
Ooh.